Ladies, gentlemen and crime fanatics, welcome to today's episode of From Crime to Court, where today we'll be covering Hawley, Harvey, Crippen. Born in Coldwater, Michigan, 1862, Harvey Crippen would go on to become a homeopathic physician and marry his wife Cora Turner, who later took the stage name Bella Elmore, in 1892. 5 years after this, the couple moved to London to carry on with their careers. It appeared that this marriage would be doomed from the start, as they had very little in common. Along with this, due to their occupations, they spent little time together. Instead, Crippen spent most of his days working with patients, with help from his secretary, Ethel Neve, who would later become his mistress. In January 1910, Crippen had told his wife's friends that she had gone on a trip to the US, and later he published an announcement that she had died there. However, this was wrong, and only done to cover up the fact that she had disappeared. During this time, the bond between Crippen and his mistress grew, with Ethel wearing Cora's jewellery and clothes. However, not everybody would believe Crippen's story, so he was visited by Detective Walter Jew, at which time Crippen told him that his wife had left him for another man. Later, when the detective returned to follow up, Crippen and Ethel had fled. This is when the body of Cora would be found and autopsied. This shows Cora's cause of death was poisoning, after which she was then dismembered. The couple, unaware of the discovery of Cora's body, boarded the SS Montrose, heading to Canada. To do this, Ethel had to dress as a boy and pretend to be Crippen's son. However, the captain of the Montrose, Captain Henry George Kendall, noticed something was off, so used the newly developed wireless telegraphy to contact their superiors, which led to the riveting chase as Jew boarded the SS Laurentic, a fast ship which led to the capture of the couple. Now, you might be wondering how Jew actually caught the couple without them trying to escape. Well, that's even more interesting, as on the way up, the St. Lawrence, a pilot boat, came up alongside the Montrose to let one of the pilots aboard her to help guide her into port. Well, that pilot who was let on board wasn't actually a pilot, it was Chief Inspector Jew, who upon boarding the ship immediately arrested Crippen, ending the chase, making Crippen the first killer to be caught with the aid of wireless telegraphy. The couple were returned to London in October 1910 aboard the SS Megantic and were sentenced, which led to Crippen receiving the death penalty by hanging and Ethel being found not guilty of murder.